And hello fellow Taker, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today we are in a T95E6 Tier 10 American medium tank. And today we are back playing a game that's going to be very close. It's going to come down to the last few seconds of the game, and we're talking 3v3 situation or something of that nature. Now, I told you guys that I'm going to show you some of these games in the near future, so I have a few of those games to show you, and those games are not particularly high damage, but they exemplify the things I need to do in order to win the game. Because in many cases you have games where your shots don't go in, right, where your gun just doesn't work, or you just don't have the shots. You get yourself in a very opportune position where you should have shots, you don't. Another reason for this could be your team might be dead in a few minutes, right? Or the other way around, your team just goes and annihilates the opposing team in a few minutes. So, you know, it's just your average gameplay, right? So I see this guy coming through here. We try to aim the shot in third person, and we do manage to hit him. Quite nice shot to start the game right there. And I don't know what that scout was doing all the way high like that. He's committing suicide. Don't do that, guys. I've covered that in many of my videos. Light tanks are so important at the end of the game. It's not even funny how important they are, because they provide vision for your team, right? So don't throw your tank away early in game like this. And I don't know, at that point in time, maybe people were grinding Valor or something of that nature. So yeah, maybe usually that's what happens when there's situations like that, when people are grinding ops and things like that. Anyway, I came to an early position there to get some shots across A-line. Unfortunately, I didn't have any shots because these guys already crossed. So I'm gonna just sit back a little bit further out and try to get some shots at the guys that are already sitting at B5 or A5. So we're gonna spend a little bit of time over here. Again, not being over aggressive early. Because I took the central position early, I don't really have a better position to be in at this point in time. If I was to go back and go through the one line and go to position C1, who knows if I get there in time, if my friendlies already don't push that side. Second, I could get spotted crossing that area there, so I decided to play it safe and take a few shots across here. Now, this tank is not the best when it comes to shooting from a distance, as this gun is not the most accurate one, but it does the job every once in a while. So we're going to be patient in this game. As you can see, the setup of the team, it looks pretty good. We have tanks in the middle. We have tanks on our right-hand side, the south side, east side. And also, we have plenty of tanks at position C2. So at this point in time, there's no point for me to making any aggressive movements. I'm just going to stick around here and see if I can catch anybody crossing like this guy. This guy is so lucky, man. That shot should have went in. If it went in, I would have drained him down a little bit there, but unfortunately wasn't meant to be. Now we're seeing this Type 4 heavy, and he's going to be extremely difficult to pen. So we're going to load our heat rounds right there. Hopefully we can put the shell through his bottom plate. Yes, we do. He disappears at the same time, and I get spotted. So I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to drop back. Now, I can be passive like this because there's no arty in play. If there was arty, there's no way I could get away with being passive sitting like that. So I want my enemy to forget about me at this point in time. And we're going to try to push and see who else is in the middle. Unfortunately, they do have a light tank in the middle. And that's something that I don't want to engage at this point in time, because 100 LT can pretty much do circles around me. And that's the last thing I want, is engage this guy. But I want to show him that I'm here. I don't want to fall back from this position, because if I did, then it would give him freedom to roam in the middle portion of the map. Our light tank has disappeared. He's not here no longer. So I'm the only one here. And at this point in time, I realized that the machine is there together with the light tank. And I thought to myself, if they actually decide to push me, I have no chance. I'll be dead in no time. So that comes with knowledge of the game, guys. It comes with time that you you think about these decisions and whether you should stay in the same place or not, whether you should relocate. In this situation, I figured that this was a dangerous position for me to be in, and I decided to fall back at least to the vicinity where my friendlies can help me out. And those two friendlies would be the medium tank and a tank destroyer at position J4. Anyway, so I get back to this position here because now my friendlies are pushing. Both flanks looks like they're pushing, but there's no one from here supplying the firepower. And the only reason I'm here camping, again, you would say, well, space is camping. Yes, I'm camping because sometimes you have to. You have to read off of your team, see what your team does, and make sure you help them with the crossfire. And that's what I'm doing here, right? So even though you can say, well, I'm sitting here and camping, I'm not really camping. I'm thinking strategically. I'm thinking if machine is paying attention to my friendlies that are sitting at A5, I'll be sitting here trying to hit him right there. Now he's paying attention to me, and he actually hit me once. What my friendlies should be doing is putting shells into him, but they're not. And all of a sudden, oh my goodness, looks like, what was that? One of our tanks just gets annihilated. So we're losing this game pretty bad. As you can see, we have only 5 tanks left versus their, what, 7, 8 tanks? So at this point in time, I was thinking to myself, you know what? It's actually good that I'm in this position because it's a defensive position. I can still punish whoever is overexposing on the enemy team, yet I can support my teammates from this location. So we're going to try to put the shot into this 100 LT, but unfortunately, I think this was the game prior to updates, so there was still lag in the game, and that shell didn't pan out. Now, our light tank plays a very good game here, and he makes a very important play right at this point in time, getting down into the dip and getting rid of the machine. Now, he recognized that the LT was moving away, so he dropped in and he put a shell into the machine, or 2 shells into the machine, and he takes him out of the game. Now, we line this shot up at 100 LT, and look at that, it went in so nicely. I led it properly. Now this guy in the middle of the map right there, SU-122-54, he's in trouble because I can easily hit him from this location here, and our medium tank or heavy tank at A5 should have shots at him as well. And looks like that's what he was trying to do. I'm going to try to put a shell into him. Unfortunately, this shell goes into the track, but he's getting overcrowded right now because our light tank is going to try to punish him. And he goes around him right now, and he should take him out of the game. Is he going to take him out of the game? No, I'm going to take him out of the game because he overexposed himself. And we bring this game a little bit closer. Now, the reason we won this game, guys, is because of the light tank and how he played this game. So, sometimes it's so good to have teammates like that on my team. And, yeah, in this situation, our light tank player was key. And that's why it is so important to have light tank available to your team at the end of the game. So what he's gonna do, so I'm gonna keep my position. I'm gonna wait for this Jagdpanzer 100 to come out, and he does. It's all about patience at this point in time, guys. We're losing the game. There's nowhere we're pushing here, okay? We're gonna try to get rid of this Jagdpanzer 100 first. He's in a crossfire at this point in time. And once we get rid of him, we're gonna try to put another shell into him, but he's smart, so he angles his tank right there, and we're not able to penetrate him. But at this point in time, I was thinking about tracking him here, but my shell goes a little bit high, and he basically throws his tank away because he goes down to that dip. I don't know if he'll be able to get out of there, but at this point in time, he becomes irrelevant, right? Because he can't do anything from that position. So I started paying attention to this medium tank right there. At the same time, our light tank is harassing whoever's at the base. And one thing we have to be worried about is this Waffle E100, because he can easily clip all of us out in matter of no time. So he's the important gun on the opposing team at this point in time. Anyway, I'm going to pay attention to this medium tank. I'm going to see if he pokes out. I want to punish him. At the same time, I'm paying attention to what my light tank is doing. And I see him coming around the other side right now, and I'm not sure why he's cutting across. I think he was maybe thinking to go after the medium tank, but then he changed his plans and he decided to go after the guys that are at C9. And I think that's the right decision. At the same time, our heavy tank is sitting at B8, so he's approaching from the other side. Now, I was thinking to myself here, should I come or get out of this position right now and help him, right? But I wanted to be patient. I wanted to still be patient. I wanted to see what happens because this T57 is almost at 0 health. And if something happens to him, and you see it did, he's now dead, then I would be in trouble. Because if Waffle E100 pushes me, I would be royally screwed, right? So that's the last thing I want to do. So Light Tank is a smart guy, so what he's gonna do is drop, and I see him coming in our direction. So at the same time, I notice our FV-215B, aka Death Star, going after the Jagdpanzer 100, and he takes him out of the game. Very good play right there, because even though Jagdpanzer 100 was really irrelevant in this position, I think Death Star was holding him in that position. He might have been able to get out. Now at the same time, our Death Star tells us that he's got no ammunition. So in this situation, guys, if you run out of ammunition, what you should be doing, guys, is using your HP to take hits for your teammates, right? And also bait the opposing team into thinking that you're gonna shoot them, right? I mean, these are the two things you can still do. Even though you have no ammo, right? You can't shoot, but the opposition doesn't know that you don't have any ammo. Now, at the same time, the opposition's light tank drowns himself, and I don't know what happened here. He drowned himself right here on my right-hand side. I have a feeling he got frustrated with his teammates sitting in one spot, and he decided to just go and drown himself. It happens every once in a while, guys, and if he did not drown himself, to be honest, they probably would have had a chance to win this game. Anyway, I decided to fall back and go to a different location. The reason I'm doing this is because in order to get to these guys that are sitting at C8, you have to go through an open field. And I didn't want to be doing that, so I decided to approach them from the other side. Now, at the same time, what I was asking, or what I will ask my Death Star to do, is to go to the position F9. Exactly for that reason. I want him to just show himself up over there, so they can see him. It doesn't mean that he's going to shoot them, but I was thinking, if he shows up over there, at least he will distract the opposition. They will be looking at him instead of looking at us, myself and the light tank, right? So what we're gonna do, me and the light tank, we're gonna approach it from the other side. So I was telling my light tank, this is where I want to go. I want to go to position D7. And at least if you communicate in the game, it makes it so much easier. Even if you're not on comm, if you're not talking, if you just use the commands, right, menu, and you show your friendly where you're going, what you're trying to do, it makes the game so much easier, because he knows that I'm going to that position right now. He's gonna approach these guys from the other angle, from different angle, right? Now I keep on clicking on Death Star and telling him, please go there, please distract them. If you distract them, they will not be paying attention to me, and if they shoot him, then I could come up and put some shells into these guys. But unfortunately, he's not moving. So at this point in time, I said to myself, you know what, I'm gonna try to see what's out here. And if I get spotted, I want to see if these guys are going to push me. Right? So I'm going to climb up here, and I'm spotted at this point in time. There's T95E6 sitting on top of this hill over here. So I'm going to try to show the opposition that I'm going to come around and engage them. And what I wanted to see here is whether they're actually going to come and commit to me. Now, if both of them came out, or all of them came out and committed to me, I would be dead. This game is over, because I don't think Light Tank could do anything at this moment. Now, as you can see, Light Tank is waiting at position B7 to see what's going to happen on this side. He's playing it really smart. But what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to lose the Sixth Sense. But I can't lose the Sixth Sense because of the proximity. Finally, I did. And I'm still waiting to see what my Light Tank is going to be. And my Light Tank takes out the Waffle. That's the important kill. That's a key kill. At this point in time, I said, you know what, I gotta go in and do this. If my light tank sees that I'm gonna go in and engage the T95E6, he will come out as well. And I'm still reasonably full health, and this guy is not. So I'm still reasonably full health, and this guy is not. So I should be able to easily dispatch him if I put all my shells in. Unfortunately, I track him here, but I should still be able to take him out. We're going to aim the shot at his cupola this time around. We put one shell in, and he's only one shot to us right now. Our light tank takes out the other medium tank, which is fantastic. He's coming out to help us, but there is no need for that. Space took care of the situation. Yes, boys and girls, and we pick up a narrow win. So this is the game that I would normally not post on my channel, guys, because I don't post games like that. Usually I'm trying to hit at least 5k damage in order to show you a pretty decent game, or a class 1 game, or a Mastery Ace tanker. In this situation was class 2, yet we still managed to pick up 4.3, almost 4.4k damage, which is reasonably decent game. And at the end of the game, I sent text message to a light tank player and I told him GG, because he played a fantastic game. He finished on top of the team with 4.4k damage. So shoutouts to Forsaken. Thanks for playing good game and having my back when I needed it. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have a chance, go check out CloneGuy72's channel, link in the description section below. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit checking out.